Hello Vivekians, welcome to your next class of School from Home. I'm your English teacher Gagan Preet, and today we are going to begin with a very interesting chapter of English grammar, that is voice. So students, first, what is voice? Restructuring of a sentence along with verb form to convey significance of subject or the object is known as voice. So voice means that we restructure the sentence in a way that it conveys the significance of subject or the object over the other. Now, there are two types of voice: active voice and passive voice. And in today's lesson, we'll learn that what is active voice and what is passive voice. And then we'll learn the method, we'll know about the technique that how we convert a sentence in active voice to a sentence in passive voice. But before beginning with that, let's see that what is active voice and what is passive voice. So students, let's have a look at the example. Garima washes the clothes. Here in the sentence, Garima is the subject, washes is verb, and clothes object. And if you see carefully that Garima, the subject, is doing the action of washing and the object of clothes is receiving that action. So, active sentences means that the person doing the action is the subject of the sentence and the person receiving the action is the object of the sentence. Now next, we'll see an example that is similar in its sense but grammatically different. Clothes are washed by Garima. So the meaning is same. Garima is washing the clothes or clothes are washed by Garima, meaning is same. But the way we present that sentence is different. See, clothes are washed by Garima. Here clothes is the subject, are washed verb, and by Garima. Garima is object. So see, the subject in the first example is now the object in the second example. And if you carefully observe in this case, the subject is receiving the action and the object is doing the action. So, when the person or thing receiving the action is subject and the person or thing doing the action is included at the last of the sentence and is the object, then the sentence is in passive voice. I hope that you understood what is active and passive voice. In active voice, the subject is the doer and object is the receiver. And in passive voice, the subject is receiver and object is the doer. Okay. Now students, before continuing with active and passive voice, I want to tell you something about transitive and intransitive verb. A transitive verb means that the verb is incomplete in meaning without transferring the action to an object. Okay. For example, Ravi hit the ball. So here the verb hit is incomplete without the object, the ball. Okay. Whereas in intransitive verbs, the verbs are complete in meaning without the object. For example, Ravi had a dream. So, the action of having a dream is complete even without an object. So, that is known as intransitive verb. Now, students, you need to remember that a sentence can only be converted from active to passive voice if it follows two conditions. First, that it should not have intransitive verbs. Okay, for example, I sleep peacefully. Here, the action of sleep is complete without any object. So, we cannot convert this sentence into passive form. Similarly, a sentence in perfect continuous tense cannot be given its passive form. For example, he has been writing a letter. Has been writing. Perfect continuous tense. So in this case, we cannot convert it into passive voice. So whenever you see these two conditions, first is intransitive verb and second is perfect continuous tense, then we'll not continue with the passive voice. I hope this much is clear to you. Now let's begin with the steps to convert an active voice into passive voice. So for this you will have to follow 3 steps. Step 1 is put the object in the place of subject and the subject in the place of object. For example, Ravi killed a snake. Here Ravi is subject and snake is object. So when we'll convert it, we'll interchange the position of subject and object. So a snake will become subject and Ravi will become object. I hope this much is clear to you. In the second step, we'll be changing the tense. This we'll be discussing in detail later on. For example, in this case, you can see killed is changed to was killed. So, how we'll do this? We'll see it in detail in the next video. And the third step is that we'll add the preposition by before the passive object. For example, here, see, we have put by Ravi. We have put the preposition by before name Ravi. Also, we can change the subject and object. So, if the subject is I, it will be by me. We by us. You by you. So, go through this table that how we'll change a subject into an object. So, that's all for this video. I hope you understood the difference between active and passive voice. And we will be continuing with the same topic in the next video. Thank you, students.